Okay. Hey guys, it is me. I am back, and I'm pretty sure that it's been like a million years since I last posted and talked to you guys. Well, I did post our wedding video, which I love, but I haven't like done like a little face-to-face or face-to-camera action in a really long time, and I'm really sorry about that. This past year has probably been the craziest year of my life, but the most fun, the most exciting, and I think it's time that I come back. I'm gonna revamp my YouTube channel because I like it. It's fun, and I want to post more covers because the last cover I did was with my husband, who was my fiance at the time, and it got great responses. So guys, stay tuned because there is a lot coming. Some new music, and I'm so excited. So I'm in the works of a lot of fun things, but I thought I'd do a little life update slash Q&A because I know you guys have probably a ton of questions because my life has changed so much since my last Q&A, which was like 2 years ago maybe. Let me think, maybe 3. Honestly, I think it was 3 years ago. It's been a long time. So we're back, okay? So on Instagram, I asked you guys to just ask me any questions that you want because I'll be doing Q&A. So I'm going to answer some of them. So the first question I got was best advice you got from your coaches that you'll remember forever. This is an amazing question. I think the best advice that I got from my coaches was probably, I mean, as you guys, I don't know if you watched my season on The Voice. I was on season 17 of this past season, season 17 of The Voice. And I was originally on Team John. I joined his team, and then I got stolen at Battle Rounds and joined Team Gwen. It's pretty cool too because John and Gwen were the two coaches that turned for me in my blind audition. So it was cool that I got to be a part of both of their teams. But man, I think the best advice that I got was in my knockout round. I was on Team Gwen, so we had Gwen and then a mega mentor. That was a complete surprise, and our mega mentor was Taylor Swift. She's literally the coolest person ever. She's so real, so down to earth, and they both said some pretty amazing things that really inspired me as an artist and as a performer on stage, because that's something that like I didn't really do a ton of before joining the show. I did a lot of worship, which isn't performing, you know, that's something completely separate than a performance kind of thing on a television competition, singing competition show. So it was interesting just to see them, just what they told me, both of them, was that to communicate not only what I'm singing about it with my voice, but also with my body language. Like if I'm feeling like angsty or if I'm feeling like passionate about it, like show that. And that was something that Taylor even just encouraged me and was just like, don't do your habits or like nervous habits that everyone has, which can be like walking forward and then walking back, kind of like pacing the stage. She's like, make every step intentional and don't look nervous, because she even said herself, like, honestly, being on stage is trying to fake that you're not nervous, trying to make other people believe that you're not nervous, which was so inspiring coming from Taylor Swift, you know, as big as she is. So I think that was probably the best advice that I got, was just to be intentional on stage, and to even down to where you're stepping on the stage needs to be like making some type of statement of what you're trying to say in the song. So anyway, that was a really long answer. I'm probably gonna have to edit some of that. What is it like backstage? That's a really fun question. I mean, honestly, it's kind of like, it almost has like warehouse vibes. It kind of is like a warehouse. Someone asked, when did you start working on your beauty brand? I actually have a organic cosmetic line that I just launched a few months ago, right during the time that I got married, which was in October 2019. But I started it towards the middle of the year. Things started to come together, and honestly, my husband and I, Jake, were just like really passionate about business and doing it together, and so he was the one who kind of pinned that thing that I love besides music that I could also, you know, like do. And so makeup has always been like almost like a hobby for me. Like I loved watching tutorials, I loved doing makeup on other people, just trying out like different makeup products that people suggest on YouTube and stuff. And so that became like a huge love for me. And so then we just decided to begin our own line together. And so yeah, it all just kind of came from my love for makeup. And so currently we have lip products, we have lipsticks, lip pencils, lip glosses, which I'm actually wearing right now, and I'm super in love with it. And this one is actually one that I haven't released yet, so if you like it, let me know, because I'll probably release this this specific color. It's a gloss, and I'm loving this gloss. I'm actually just kind of like wearing it to feel it and to kind of get a test try before I launch it to Original You Beauty. But anyway, my line is called Original You Beauty. I love it. We also have mascara, and then we also have blush minis. They're really cute and they're perfect. They're like compact, so it's like perfect for putting in your purse and stuff on the go. And then we also have bronzers, and we have 5 different bronzers and 5 different blushes. So it's really fun, it's really exciting, and it's all organic ingredients. And that is what's huge for me, because I love makeup, but if it's not organic, I feel like I almost can't trust it, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of products lines out there that don't do well with a lot of my friends' skin types and skins, and just like even just like lip products. I have a friend, she's like allergic to basically every single lip product except Burt's Bees, which is like totally organic, I think. So that also inspired me to do organic, because I want to make sure that it's friendly for literally everyone. So anyway, we just launched it a couple months ago, and I'm in love with it, and we'll be launching more makeup products very soon. So yes. What's your inspiration? I think my inspiration in life is just experiences, my experiences and my close friends or loved ones' experiences. I think life in general is an inspiration to me. Music-wise, I think whatever I'm going through or whatever I've heard of someone that I'm close to is going through inspires me to write something. Just hearing stories, people's lives, that's what inspires me the most. Why did you pick John over Gwen originally? This is a great question. I picked John over Gwen originally because of what he had said to me. He literally mentioned 2 things, and they were the 2 things that were my goals in my blind audition. Whether I got a chair turn or not, as long as I accomplished these 2 things for myself that I knew that I did, then that was an accomplishment to me. But the fact that he saw those exact 2 things in my song and in my performance was kind of felt like a God thing. I'm like, okay, he's my coach. I have to pick him. Okay, so the first thing that it was that he could feel the emotion of what I was singing behind. Like, he could feel my heart behind the song, if that makes sense. Like, the way I was singing it was conveying the proper emotion for the song. And that was the one thing I remember telling myself and telling my friends there. I was like, guys, like, I just want him to, like, I want them to feel my heart behind the song. I want them to, like, feel it, like, oh yeah, it was almost like as if I wrote the song is how I wanted them to feel it. And then the second thing is that I didn't want to like overdo it too much either. Like, it's a really popular song, To Make You Feel My Love. Adele sang it, like, that's like really, she's amazing, you know. So I wanted to do it justice, but I didn't want to go like too crazy where I did all these like runs and stuff like that. So the second thing was that I didn't want to overdo it. I wanted to do just enough, and I think that can be such a hard and complicated thing as an artist, singing a cover song. I really think it's harder to sing a cover song than it is to sing your own song. I mean, it's got its own like hardships to both sides, creating an original and then covering a song, but something about covering a song that someone has already sang probably the best of the best and they created it, it's so hard to replicate something that's original, but also that kind of rides the line where you're not like trying too hard, then you're not like changing too much in the song. Like, there's just so much like you have to think about. Like, you don't want to change the song too much because you want to stay true to it, you know. So he said that I didn't overdo it and that I stayed true to it, and I'm like, yeah. So those were the 2 things that I was like, okay, mission accomplished. You're my coach, you know. What is your biggest fear? My biggest fear is not being in God's will. I'm a really firm Christian believer that, you know, God has a plan for each of our lives, and it's our choice if we want to walk in it, if we want to walk worthy of his calling that he has for us. And so I know that God's way is the best way possible for me because it's created for me. You know, he created me, and he knows my very inner parts. He knows everything about me, my desires, my passions, my heart. And so I know that his will is the best of the best. And so I'm always afraid that, like, I guess that I'm not walking in it. That, like, my biggest fear is, like, walking away. But if I'm just being totally raw with you, I never want to be outside of God's will because I know his will is the best plan for my life. And for your life. Like, it's for everyone's life that he has a plan for everyone. And it's our choice if we want to follow it. So I just always want to be in his will. Who are your musical influences and what is your favorite song? My musical influences are I really love, like, pretty much every type of genre. So I think right now, some artists that I, like, totally am digging right now are Meghan Trainor. She is an amazing, like, songwriter, and her voice is incredible, but her melodies are just so original and catchy. Like, I feel like every song she writes is like a hit. She's amazing. So she's probably my musical influence at the moment. I also really love Bozzy, and I love his sounds. Like, whoever produces his stuff, like, I want to work with him because his just the sounds that he chooses are just so, like, unique, and I've never heard anything like it before, honestly. Rosalia, I just discovered her, and she's amazing. Her song Malamente is probably my favorite song at the moment. Last question. Okay, what is your favorite movie/TV show to watch? At the moment, I'm really into Good Girls, the TV show. That's my dog, Lacey. Yeah, I'm really sorry about her barking. This is real life, guys. Connect the fact that she's barking. She heard Jake sit. Anyway, it's because Jake's, like, going in and out of the house, so she gets, like, super riled up. And also The Bachelor. It's my guilty pleasure, but I really love that show. And then movie-wise, I love chick flicks. But anyway, that's all the questions that I am answering. Thank you for all the love that I received, that Katie and I both received on our battle on Tiny Dancer, which I can link below. I think it's like over 1 million views now, which is insane. That was a really amazing experience, the whole voice, and yeah, it was just awesome. And I'm really happy that I'm just in a different place, and, like, I'm just in a new chapter in life, and I'm absolutely so happy about it. This time last year, I was still living in Florida with my parents, but it's crazy how fast things happened. And then I moved to Nashville last year, and then lived in Nashville for like a month, and then basically lived in LA because of The Voice. And then I was engaged during that time, so I'm planning a wedding and doing The Voice. And then I come back to Nashville. I finally get to settle down, but then I get married. And so now, like, life has just been insane. So I'm finally, like, settled. I feel like I'm kind of more in a stable position, because for a while there I was traveling so much from here, Nashville to LA, Nashville to LA, and then Florida, because I had to plan my wedding for, you know, the fall and everything. So now that I'm home, I'm married, we have a dog, everything's more consistent. Like, I have a routine now. I'm really loving it, and now I get to finally focus on writing. I'm writing, guys, so much for you guys, because I want my singles that I come out with this year to be just amazing, and I want you to love them, and I want y'all to have fun. Like, the songs that I create, I want them to be relatable, I want them to be fun, and I just want you to feel the art behind it, because music really is an art, and I'm just excited to get some stuff out there for y'all. And I'm going to be posting covers, guys. Some by myself and some with my husband. He's amazing, and I love him. And I love life right now.
Hey!
They can't see you.
Oh,
You have to come all the way down.
what's up, guys?
I'm sitting on the floor. Anyway, that's everything, and this is Lacey, and she's the best! You know, just listen to God and read His Word, and I love you guys. Bye!